everyone, and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host, Chad Owens. I hope you had an amazing weekend. It was a little windy, it was a little wet, but there was still some sunshine peeking through, so I hope you enjoyed that. Today, it's Monday, so like every Monday, we got a very special guest. Our sports guru, Stepehen Tsai, is joining us. And I want to say thank you for joining us. Let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. All right, we got Stepehen Tsai, the sports guru, as I like to call you, brother. Thanks again for joining us here on the CO2 Rundown on this beautiful Monday afternoon.
How you doing? It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, man. How was your weekend?
Have a little rainy weekend too. A little rainy, windy weekend.
Yeah, real windy. But there was still some sunshines in some certain parts, which I enjoyed. But yeah, look.
Hey, wherever you go, it's sunshine, Chad Owens. You know that.
Let's go. I love it, man. Appreciate it. Well, let's start off with this. The ILH announced that they're not having a spring football season. What's that? What's that about?
I'm a little disappointed by that because I thought they were moving toward it. I thought they were doing the safety things, and you know, ILH has even been trying separately with their schools playing some basketball under really tight conditions and everything. It's just unfortunate they just couldn't work it out for football, and you know, it's a shame because there's some people who, you know, in college you missed this year because of, you know, COVID and the pandemic. You come back next year. High school, you can't come back next year. This is your senior year, and it's going to be really sad. It's going to have a full cycle of a year where some guys just haven't been able to play.
Yeah, it's sad. I think it's a little premature. I think, you know, we're trending and we're getting there. We moved into tier 3. There's a lot of excitement. I think there's a lot of excitement for these football players. And now, you know, I mean, hey, my son's a senior at Honolulu, and, you know, the ILH canceled. So it's like, you know, I don't know what the OIA is going to do, but it right now, it doesn't look good for football. And I just feel like that there should have been a push to at least try it. And, you know, I'm pretty disappointed that came out. And I don't know what else to say. It's sad.
You know, I'd almost hope that they could have just even modified it a little bit, maybe make it an 8-man league or something, you know, 8-man teams, or just pass league, something just to get the kids out there.
Something, right? Something where, you know, maybe there's no special teams. Maybe it's offensive versus defense. So these guys can showcase their talents. You know, they get that one last, you know, little bit of film out there, and that might have been enough for some of these colleges. Who knows? But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So, you know, that's the high school side, and who knows? There may be some outside leagues that will be ready to get going. And I think a lot of these kids will jump on that opportunity. So hopefully something comes up there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not just for recruiting. It's just the school pride. It's just people have been shut down so long. You know, the year. I just think it's just good to get out and, you know, have a sense of community again. Because, you know, there are people just gone the whole year where they probably haven't seen their classmates or anything in person. And I think, you know, you need to do that. It's, you know, you need to bring back proms. You need to bring back all kinds of things.
All kinds of things. Yeah, not just sports, but, you know, all the things for these seniors. So, yeah, it's been a hot topic. And, you know, a lot of the parents, a lot of people out there are disappointed that, you know, these things aren't sort of like going yet. You know, if we feel like we're behind, but we feel as if we are ahead. We're like one of the best in the country, right? Where we are with in regards to COVID. So, you know, I guess health and safety is always first. But I think our kids need to be put, you know, at the forefront on those same, you know, on those same levels. But anyway, let's shift gears here, Steve, on to some UH sports news. Talk to us about, you know, UH baseball. I know you got an article today and amongst a few other sports, UH sports. Talk to us about UH baseball.
Well, baseball team opened up in Arizona State. It's kind of a unique thing. They're the Big West and other sports have said if you're a Big West member, you can only play Big West teams. They were able to work it out where Hawaii was able to go to Arizona State, which is a big thing, traveling 27 players to another place and playing a game. Arizona State was ranked 15th. Hawaii won the first game, probably had a chance to win the second and third game. Didn't work out. They were a little shorthanded. 3 guys didn't make the trip because they were in contact tracing, but it was a nice opening start for a team that, just hasn't had many opportunities to practice and everything because of all the restrictions.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but regardless, I mean, I know these guys are excited to have been able to go and play. Right. It seems like we're always talking about, 2020 and what it's been doing and what it caused. And I know as an athlete and as a baseball player, they're just happy to get things going, to get back out and compete. And I know that's very exciting.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. Batters wore masks. First baseman, third baseman, they all wore masks if you're around the bases and you're interacting. Umpires wore masks, but the thing was you could play, and you did safely, and you're out there and you're in the outdoors, and there was no transmissions or infections or anything on the trip. So it turned out to be a good trip.
Yeah. All right. And what about basketball? What's going on in the basketball world?
Well, basketball
UH basketball.
It was kind of a strange weekend. They had some leads. They lost some leads. They were way behind. They go through these big scoring droughts, but at the end, they won it when Long Beach State missed 2 shots at the end of the first night and then the second night. So it's just been kind of a roller coaster, but Hawaii's in a pretty good position now. So the way it works in the Big West tournament, which is going to be in 2 weeks, is and played in Las Vegas, is that the top 6 teams, also all 10 teams that are eligible to play, will be going to the tournament. The top 6 teams get opening round buys. The 7th through 10th place teams got to play on Tuesday in playing games, and that's how it goes. Looks like right now Hawaii's about 6th, and so if they hold on to that position, they've got 2 games against UC Davis on the road this week. If they hold on to that, they'll have a bye and they'll be right into the quarterfinals. And then if they win 3, they go to the NCAA tournament. So it's a little bit exciting. And then they're coming to that point where, that thing where it's one or done. So you got to keep winning. And I think that's kind of what sports is about, pressure of winning and of every game being important, do or die.
Yeah. And Steven, I just love your enthusiasm right now. You're making it sound like it's just like, man, it's just so simple. Yeah, win these games, boom, and you're in.
I know it's a lot harder to win these games, but I remember there was a football team that needs to win 4 games to get to the Hawaii Bowl, and they won, and everyone's thinking they weren't going to do it, but you know what? Sometimes your back's against the wall. That's good. At least it's strengthening it. So
exactly.
Yeah. At least you know what to do. I mean, that's what you know to do. You got to win. That's what you got to do.
You hold your own fate, right? It's in your hands. You take care of business. Hey, the goal is there, right? The goal is right there. So you just got to take care of business. And shout out to them on that. And
another thing I love about the postseason is that it doesn't matter what happened before. It's like nothing matters. It doesn't matter who was hurt, how bad previous times you played. It's just new life. It's just, and that's exciting. And I like that. And I like that. That's why the NFL playoffs are exciting. The NBA playoffs, every playoffs are exciting. And I know it's a different level, but postseasons.
The stakes are high. The stakes are high. And with that, talking about being on a high, man, you got some great news for us for our UH men's volleyball team.
Right. And it looks like
top seed.
Morning, yes, it looks like this morning they should be number 1, UH volleyball team number 1. And hey, Charlie Wade has done a tremendous job. It was a little tough for him when he first took over. He had coached women's teams. Comes over to men's teams. There's difference in scholarship amounts. In women's volleyball, you lose a player, you replace a player. Men's volleyball, you're limited to sharing 4.5. That's what the value of 4.5 scholarships among 20 people. So some people get enough money for tuition. Some people get enough money for books. Some people don't get any money at all. But everybody on the volleyball team is paying something to be at UH. So they're actually paying student fees because you got to pay something because you're not getting a full ride. And it could be a little pricey, especially if you're an international student. But I can tell you, Charlie's done a great job of managing kind of like the capology of the sport, managing how the money part, and also putting together a really, really good team. And Charlie Wade won his 200th match, UH match last week. And I think the team's on the right track to go. And they've never won a national title, the men's team. Well, they did win one, got taken away because they had a player, Costas Theoharides, who was an amateur playing on a professional team. Didn't get any money, but he played on that team. professional team. So they stripped them of the title. So this could be the first time Hawaii the men's volleyball is on track in really good position to win a national title. And all begins with being number one right now.
Wow. That is very exciting. And I know the state of Hawaii is super excited about that. And, you know, we've always had amazing volleyball fans. And yeah, I mean, wow, I can't wait. Stephen, when's the NCAA tournament?
It's gonna be in a few months. They're gonna have the Big West series. Big West League play coming up. But because of you're only playing there a certain amount of teams and everything, they're only gonna play 10 Big West matches. So every match is gonna count for seedings, and then they have a tournament. Again, do or die. Winner goes to the NCAA tournament, which will be played in be close here, but the Big West tournament is gonna be played in Hawaii. So hopefully
huge advantage. Yeah,
hopefully you're going to get some fans there because, you know, it's tremendous when you play in the Stan Sheriff Center and there haven't been any fans allowed, but it looks like hopefully if things keep going, and I don't even know why we're in tier 3. I think we should just move right to tier 4.
Yeah, I agree, man. We need people in there. We need that aloha ball. We need everybody standing, right? The aloha ball game. So we need that. We need that. But wow, that's huge, man. That's great news. For our teams here. And yeah, Stephen, I think that was amazing, brother, man. Appreciate it so much. Thanks for all the
no problem. And you know what?
The insight, the golden nuggets.
Yeah. Basketball team is done at home, but I gotta see you at a volleyball match because I think you would be you need to be at a volleyball match live. You're about live sports, Chad. Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta see you out there.
If they allow once they allow in-person fans, I want to be at all of it. I want to be supporting all the UH sporting events as much as I can go to, and maybe you and I will do a segment and we'll do real time game time sort of analyst style.
Sure. Now you got a beautiful little home studio there, but you're meant to be outdoors. You're an outdoorsman, Chad.
Oh yeah, 100%. Right. Well, look, Stephen, thank you so much for joining us in the CO2 rundown. As always, enjoy the week, and yeah, I'll see you next week Monday.
Right, take care. Thanks.
Right on. Mahalo.
Stephen, thanks again so much, brother. Always a pleasure having you on the show. And wow, our UH men's volleyball team about to be ranked #1 in the country. That's amazing. Congratulations, and let's keep it going. Let's make that push for a national championship. We're all behind you guys. We're behind all UH sports. And being an alumni, I definitely can't wait for fans to be able to be back in the stands so I can go and enjoy and support my alumni. And it's on the high school sports level. That's sad that the ILH made that decision. I think these young athletes deserve that chance to compete somehow, some way. So look, man, if there's an outside league that's ready to roll, let us know. We want to talk about it. We want to hear about it. And I hope we get to tier 4 very, very soon so we can unlock more, as I think we deserve it. I think the people of Hawaii deserve that opportunity to get back to some sort of normalcy. I think we've been doing a great job abiding by all the protocols and following all of those guidelines. I think we're ready. I believe we're ready. And we're continuing to trend in the right direction. Normally we like to trend this way, but in COVID, our numbers have been going down. We've been doing all the right things. So shout out to everyone that's been following along those guidelines. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's continue to do our part. And I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. Enjoy this Monday. I hope you guys are having a solid start to your week. I'll see you all on Hump Day Wednesday. Aloha.